Service providers that were contracted by the Gauteng Department of Education to decontaminate, disinfect and sanitize schools have been ordered to pay back profits derived from those contracts. This after the SIU Tribunal found that the department did not follow proper processes in procuring and awarding the contracts worth over 430 million rand. Let's get more on this. I'm joined by SIU spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago. A very good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. Can you just give us insight into the investigation by the SIU and how the special tribunal came to the conclusion that those monies must be paid back?
Thank you very much, Zinga, and to your viewers. We started this investigation after we got allegations from a whistleblower, but also we got allegations that were sent to us by the MEC at the time when the matter became public. Our investigation then went on, and we found that the process of the appointment of these service providers was not done in a proper manner. Two, we found that some of these contractors were not even registered on the government database, and we also found that they were just given some of them just sent WhatsApp messages that were then regarded as contracts already. Then they were given the contract because of those WhatsApp messages of the names of their companies. And all of those things were then put before the tribunal, including the fact that, if you remember at the time, there was this thing of saying they were not charged on the basis of the square meterage that they were working on. They were only told, if you are contaminating a primary school, it will be 250,000, secondary school 270,000, district office 300,000, without checking how big, whether it was one classroom or it was 20 classroom, it didn't matter. Therefore, all of those things were presented before the tribunal, and the tribunal agreed with us as the SIU to say that this contract is legal, it must be set aside. Therefore, yesterday's ruling set that aside and indicated that we need to recover all the profits that all these companies have received because they cannot benefit from an illegal contract.
Do we understand why that happened? Why somebody was allowed to contract with government on the basis of a WhatsApp?
Yeah, it was people in the department who were doing that. They thought at the time that because there was an emergency and we needed to just cut corners and all of that. And they did that thinking that nobody will come watching or checking around. And you will remember they also did those decontamination at the time when children were not even at school. And that for us was a giveaway to say there was something sinister about it. But at the end of it all, those that have done wrong have been sent to the department for them to be disciplined, and those that have done criminality has been sent to the MPA for criminal prosecution.
Do we know about the numbers of those people who have been referred to the department and the NPA for prosecution?
At the moment, I don't have the numbers, but I know that is in our report that we gave to the president. But we have, if you remember some time back, even the MEC was on air saying that they've started the process of disciplining the people that were found to have done wrong.
All right, if you could just explain to me, I think it may just be semantics, but I'm trying to understand properly. When you say there must be a repayment of the profits in the Gauteng school cleaning saga, what do you mean? Do they have to return all the money that they benefited from that cleaning, or is there something else?
Yes, well, let's take a simple example. If you have done work and you are given 250,000 rand, and now of that 250,000, we are saying you have used your money to buy the material maybe for about 50,000 rand, that you can keep. Because we want receipts that says clearly that this is how much you've spent, and then what you have benefited as in the profit, you have got to return, because you cannot benefit from an illegal contract. We do not want, I think the court didn't want to disadvantage them and even take the money that they would have paid themselves to buy the material to do the decontamination.
And is it correct that this must be repaid in 15 days? What happens if they are unable to do so?
No, the process that the court has put together is that in 15 days they must give to us the statements and debatement statements, so that we are able to see what did they spend and how much needs to be repaid. And once that is done, that is step 2 and 3. Therefore, we will be in the position to now know how much they need to pay, and they need to pay that within 60 days.
All right, Kaizer Kganyago, SIU spokesperson, thanks so much for your time on SABC News, just explaining that case to us and what's happening there.